We all know that to rank our website on Google, we have to optimize our website. And for that, we need good content and a good backlink profile. And of course, many other things. We decide to work on a website as per the guidelines of a search engine, especially Google. One of these guidelines focuses on core web vitals, one of the 200 ranking factors of Google. What are they and how to check if your website is optimized for it? Let's find out. But before that, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell icon. Before I explain to you what's Core Web Vital in simple words, let's see what it is per Google. So as per Google Search Central blog, Core Web Vitals are a set of real-world user-centered metrics that quantify key aspects of the user experience. They measure dimensions of web usability such as load time, interactivity, and the stability of content as it loads. In simple words, Core Web Vital is a ranking factor that focuses on the user experience of a web page. It is a part of page experience that includes mobile friendliness, HTTP security, and intrusive terrestrial guidelines. It's a ranking factor that combines three components: load time, interactivity, and stability. But how is Google going to measure all of this? There should be some things that help them measure these three components. Of course, there are. To check loading time, Google will see the largest contentful paint of your web page, also known as LCP. To check interactivity, Google will see the first input delay of your web page, also known as FID. To check stability, Google will see cumulative layout shift of your web page, also known as CLS. But what do they actually mean? Let's see one by one. The largest contentful paint is actually the time it took to load the element on the web page, like image, text block, etc., within a viewpoint, which is the visible area of the web page when it's open. For example, if you open a website, you see a portion first, which is the top portion of the web page. Now Google here will check how much time it takes for the content to load. The faster it is, the better it is for your website. But how fast? As per Google, LCP should be equal to or less than 2.5 seconds. If it's above 2.5 seconds but equal to or below 4 seconds, then it's fine, but you should work to decrease it. But if it's above 4 seconds, then it's poor, and now it's too essential to decrease it. The data which Google uses to calculate is called field data. A field data is actual user data of an average of 28 days. Cumulative layout shift, on the other side, is about visual stability. It checks if there's any unexpected layout shift in the web page. For example, you may have seen how few web pages start changing unexpectedly, like ads popping up from nowhere, video popping up from nowhere. Things like this make the web page unstable, which is an annoying experience for viewers. As Google focuses on providing the website with the best user experience, hence it's an essential factor for Google to consider. As per Google, a CLS score below or equal to 0.1 is considered good. If the CLS score is above 0.1 but below or equal to 0.25, it's okay but needs work. If it's above 0.25, then it really has a considerable layout shift, which is not at all good as per user experience. Lastly, first input delay is when the web page reacts to visitor action. This action includes clicking a button, clicking a link, etc. It is very essential for the viewer experience as it can annoy a visitor if they click a button or link and the web page takes too long to respond. You may have seen poor websites which take too much time or just don't even react. As for Google, FID should be less than 100 milliseconds. If it's above 100 milliseconds but less than or equal to 300 milliseconds, then it's fine but needs improvement. But if it's even above that, you seriously need to work on it. All these three components will only pass when 75% of the web page visits get a good score. For example, if there are 100 visits on URL X and 75 or more than 75 visits have a good LCP, CLS, and FID score, then it passes the Core Web's Vital assessment. But you may have one question in your mind. Where can you see these scores? Now you can see these scores in many places. The first is Google Search Console. Inside the Experience section, you can click the Core Web Vitals tab where you will find the Chrome UX report for mobile and desktop separately. Both divide your URL into good and need improvement and poor sections. Another place to check is Google Page Speed Insights, which are a tool to check the speed of your web page. You just need to go to the Page Speed Insight website, add a URL, and click Analyze. Now here you'll find two tabs for mobile and desktop, which you can choose. Later you'll find if you pass the Core Web Vitals assessment or not. Below you'll find the score for LCP, CLS and FID. The difference between Google Search Console and PageSpeed Insight is that Google Search Console gives you data of each web page. In contrast, PageSpeed Insight only provides you information about the URL that you added about the website. So that is what the core web vitals are. But you may still have one question. Are they the most important ranking factor? John Mueller once said, "It is a ranking factor and it's more than a tiebreaker, but it also doesn't replace relevance." It means it's not as big as quality content, relevance, or search intent, but it's not even as small as just a tiebreaker. It means you have to provide relevant content to search engines first, but if you have core web vitals in place, it may give you an extra edge over competitors. If you liked our video, please like, share, and subscribe. Let us know in the comment section what are the things we should cover next. Thank you for watching.